The satellites explode. It must be bad news overload. Then we salute eternity and pay our final bill. This is the end of the world. 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 You should do what is right. And stay on the fight for as long as you can. This is just the beginning, 'cause nothing ever really ends. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the world.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Pajama Sunday. Yep, I got my feety pajamas with I'm in the North Country, which I'm not really. I got the moose pajamas, but I got a show today. You know, it was going to be open and chat, and we can still do that, but like always, I came across something last night, and it was about the gates to hell, and that's in Turkmenistan. And so, of course, like I always do, I got immersed in this. And I remember talking about this with Jennifer back in the day. And so I decided to let's talk about this. We're going to do this, but I'll say hi to everybody. I am, well, I've probably had way too much coffee. And I have been outside already shoveling my back deck, which has at least a foot of snow. And I had to clean off the bird. You know what? Let me pull up a picture really quick. I had to clean up the bird houses. Well, they're not bird houses. They're not bird houses at all. Let me see if I could get this up on here. They're I'll show you really quickly. They're not covered, and I tried to cover them with stupid umbrellas, but it didn't work. So I had to get out there and clean them up because the birds are hungry. So I cleaned them up, but the umbrellas that I had on were stupid. I mean, we had 50-mile-an-hour winds the other day, and I'm not shoveling, Lisa. She already says that. I'm not shoveling. I push the snow. Okay. I just push it. The deck is up high. It's got a fucking foot of snow. It's not like I have the luxury to have my deck fall in. So don't worry about me. I'm not shoveling like you think shoveling is. Okay. I know people worry about me. Yes, I'm very messed up, but I got to keep myself in shape. So my morning routine is clean out the wood stove. Usually it burns out. I'm freezing. Then go out on the deck with the flexible flyer, bring in the wood, load it up, feed the cats. That's a whole thing because I have 7 of them and they all want to eat different stuff, like not all of them, but oh, it's great. Look at this. Let me say hi to everybody. Emerald View. Hey, Netfrist. Wow. Lisa, honey, I'm fine. T-Bone and Poppy. Oh, sweetheart. Poppy, Poppy, Poppy. And, well, maybe I have more pictures. Don't worry about me. Hi, Susan and Mark and Shade Dragon. I love this pajama. TR75. Chaz. Yeah, everybody's here. This is great. Groot. Wow. Hey to LA. Groot, who I've also met in person, which is always great. Alex, you're here. And, oh, this is so wonderful. I'm so happy to have you all because see that picture on my screen? That is the gates to hell. Oh, wow. Foggy, what a sweetheart already. Oh, my God. Thank you. Thank you. The gates to hell. But I ran into it last night. I haven't thought of that country, Turkmenistan, since I was since Jennifer was my partner. And holy shit. It's just, oh, hi, Kim Montgomery, Canadian. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, this is so great to have you guys here. I'm a little amped up on caffeine, as you could tell. And Rob, hi, because it's early. But like I said, I get up with the goddamn sun, and it rises at about 7:20, so I was up earlier. And Bella's here moderating. Yeah, baby, that's great. And I need to talk to you about some research I did on something else. Bella, by the way. Bella, Kenny, Shalel, Osama. We have a lot of names for you, wonderful person. And, okay, so stop already. I just started. You're giving me last of the month super chats. Yay! Yeah, I know. North Pole. Well, I could probably find another picture, maybe. It really looks like a friggin' foot of snow out there. Maybe it doesn't. Come on. A lot of you are my Facebook friends. And I'm not going to be putting up all these pictures. I really want to talk about, Studio City Groot. Okay. Sweetheart. It's so great. Robert, where are you, Robert? Robert's from the UK here. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Wait, this is Robert? Where's Robert? Groot, it's so nice to have you. You'd rather be at those gates of hell than beyond them any day. Yeah, well, I ain't ready. I don't know. Nadia's here. I love you, sweetheart. Well, we're going to talk about what they've extinguished and what they haven't. The video, I can't show you that video, but I have some really good stuff that we're going to talk about with that. And yes, it's hi, sweetheart. Yeah, it's so great. Oh God, I wish my voice wasn't so squeaky. I think I have really the worst live streaming voice on the planet. Somebody actually made a comment. They were critiquing my channel. And they said, well, I'm very passionate about my channel. He said something about the voice. I'm like, well, I can't change the voice. Can I really change the voice? What am I going to do? And, what am I going to make videos and put AI over them so I don't sound like this squeaky way back when used to be New Yorker sort of mixed in with Western New York voice? It's the way it is. And, I haven't smoked dope in a long time. So it's not like there's smoke messing up my voice. I'm going to tell you what's going on. It's because I have 7 kitties and I just raised kittens and this is how I talk. Hi, babies. What are you doing? What's going on? And I have told you before, my big nightmare is that I'm going to wake up one day and I'm not going to be able to talk, but only in baby kitty talk. And then I'll be in trouble. Then I guess my voice will be pretty bad. So life, yeah. I guess you guys like this Sunday morning pajama Sunday shit. Yeah, yeah. Emerald View, how are you doing? Yeah. I love this. I'm so glad it's winter because in the summer, by 11 o'clock, I'm outside. I've got gardens and I'm always outside this summer. And while I go outside in the winter, it's not quite the same because there's nothing that much to do but bring firewood in from the side of the house, which that's a whole thing. One piece at a time, load them up into the flexible flyer, roll it into the wood stove. I have to be very careful, really careful because I'm so screwed up. My spine is messed up, my bones are messed up, but whatever. And not really when you have the clothes and I have all the clothes. Remember, I used to go hunting with my husband, ex husband, while I didn't shoot with anything but a camera. I did this for years hiking, hunting. I've got everything. I could be outside probably in minus 10 degrees and still be okay. You gotta know how to do it. So I know how to do it. So what I want to do, I guess we could talk for a little bit. I was just so fascinated. I'm just so happy to see so many of you here. This is great. I guess we like the morning. And Nadia, I miss you, hun. She's on the Discord though. I had this biggest latest thing with Discord. Not with Discord, but with using certain things. There's a thing called, I never knew it was called an M dash. It was something I used to use in business. You go shift, option, and you dash, and it's a long dash. And I used to write policy at my old job. I used to write a lot of policy writing. And lately I started creative writing for Substack. So I was fooling around and I used the long dash, never ever realizing that it was called M dash. Brett brings it up, says it looks like AI, and I'm like, you're kidding. So old habits from writing, because when I business wrote before it went around for editing, put the long dash, bullet points. I called it just the long dash. And it comes like control, and it was a habit in that kind of writing. Well, I haven't written anything but show notes in years. I mean, years. So of course I got all kinds of paranoid because the only AI I've used is, well, Opus clips. I have to admit, I'm sorry. I use that to make my clips, those shorts. And then I did the show, Am I a Doomer? And I was so anxiety ridden over that. Then I went downstairs to my basement to look through a couple of old boxes I had to see, because last year I got rid of a lot of shit in my basement, but I had a box with some of my work stuff. And I realized, and I found, and they were actually in paper, and I found a few things that solidified that, yeah, I used to use the goddamn long dash. That's what we called it. It's like a space filler. So when you're sending around your material to be proofed, you could put that before the bullet points. So that, like my secretary, I had a secretary, and she would know to check it. So I got so anxiety ridden and so upset over this whole thing that I also went into reading about everything AI, because everything I've studied about AI was data centers and power use and all this. And Tommy, yeah, but you know what? AI can write better than most people. I was a heavy user of EM dash in college. See, I am not. I knew it. It was just an old habit that came back. And when Brett brought it up to me, he sent me a video about what an M dash was, because I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I called it a long dash. And I watched it and I was really upset. I'm never going to use it again. Ever, ever, ever. Because AI uses it. So I did a little search on an AI, and it explained why it uses that kind of thing. And it's just like I did. But when I did it back in, my policy writing days, it held a space, or it let my secretary know, or if it went around to another department for editing, that was something that had to be looked at more closely if I left out something, because before we published something on our website and before we even had a really good website, I was making benefits CDs to give to the employees instead of just the benefits handbook. I used to make CDs, actual CDs, and the employees got CDs. They could pop it in their computer. I've always been creative that way, and I had music on it. They could look at all their employment policies to music. And that's before we even, listen, I'm ancient. That's before we even had everything on the internet, So it was pretty interesting. So anyway, so that's my story there, but I was mortified because, well, I don't want to sound like a machine. I mean, obviously, I don't sound like a machine with this voice. If I sounded like a machine, I might be doing an edit and sound like a British person, or I could do Ivana and I could do my stuff like, Donald. But I found a dictator in Turkmenistan that Donald Trump probably drools over. Okay. Now this guy, I'm really not good at pronouncing his name. Serdar Berdimuhamedov. Berdimuhamedov. I see, that's very, very ignorant. I should have used the pronunciation software, which is probably fucking AI, because now you can't get around it. Everything's going to be AI. So I probably did that. But I found these people, his father, Gurbanguly B. I'll just call him GB. Okay. This dude rides the Turkish horses. I mean, he in that country, and we're going to go into that country because it's fascinating. And I thought, what the hell? I found that video last night, which I can't play, but I've got 2 other videos to play. Excuse me. I need a sip of my coffee. And I muted it so you can't hear me gurgle. That's another thing. Bothers me once in a while when I listen back to things because I want to make a clip. I don't want to sound like I'm gurgling. I mean, I even have a pop filter. So I found this, and so I'm watching this video on Turkmenistan. No, it's called Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan. And it was a video by one of those blogging travel video channels, which all of a sudden now are all popping up on my feed. And when I did the show on We're Never Going to Get Off Fossil Fuels, well, Turkmenistan is another case in point. But I was talking about the northern countries in that show and how indigenous peoples have now, they're locked into fossil fuels because it's very hard for them in a lot of, especially in Siberia, to go back to total indigenous ways. But anyway, you can see that video it's on the channel. Hi, Kate. Welcome from the north over in British Columbia. And that's good to see you. So let me see if anybody else has joined that I should. It's so nice. Okay, let's see the Monument of Neutrality. Yeah, is a monument observation. This country in Ashgabat, this country is insane. They are insane. I mean, if Donald Trump realized about this country, he probably does because of the fossil fuels. Like I said, he would be just oogling and drooling over this dude who does everything. I mean, literally drives a race, like a sports SUV around the gates of hell, and rides the horses, and the whole city is a garish monument to this dude, to this monarchy or whatever you call them, not monarchy, but it's just gross. It's just like really gross the way they are, because of course the rest of the country is poor and repressed. So I think what we'll do is, how about I can start showing you as you join because it's really interesting. I can start with one of the videos that I did. And first, I'm going to do this one. So hang on, and We're gonna watch this, and I made sure neither one has a copyright. You know, Wion is good. There's a lot of companies that don't. They let you do this. So strap in. This is pretty good. Let's watch it, and it'll give you a little understanding of Turkmenistan.
Turkmenistan
This
is
is
one of the
Human
most
Rights Watch.
closed and repressive and isolated countries in the world. This is a government that allows no dissent. There is not a single independent newspaper, no freedom of expression, no freedom of religion. There has never been a single free and fair election in Turkmenistan. The first president of Turkmenistan was Sapar Murad Niyazov, also known as Turkmenbashi.
This is the guy that I think Donald Trump is probably like drools over.
Of all the Turkmen. He was a tyrant. He ruthlessly suppressed all manner of dissent. And to this day, there are dozens of people languishing in Turkmen prisons, and their families have no idea where they are, or in fact, whether they're dead or alive.
Последний раз моего мужа я видела летом 2002 года, но больше мы не виделись. За почти уже без малого 12 лет сведений нет вообще никаких, мне это непонятно.
Sheikh Muradov was foreign minister, and he was a very close associate of President Niyazov. At the end of 2002, he was arrested, tried, found guilty, and sentenced to life imprisonment, all in the matter of days.
Мы являемся преступной группировкой, мафией. Среди нас нет ни одного нормального человека. Все мы ничтожество.
Показали на огромном экране, и это было транслировано на весь мир. Совершенно неузнаваемым был Борис, совершенно невероятно оплывшее лицо, веки были тяжелые. Он говорил, что я мафиози, что я преступник, что я хотел убить Ниязова.
During Niyazov's presidency, there were several rounds of mass repression, several waves of mass arrests of well-known government figures, well-known public figures, or just people who had fallen afoul of Niyazov personally or had fallen afoul of the authorities. Sapar Klimov is a former deputy government minister who left Turkmenistan in 1994 and became very prominent in the Turkmen opposition in exile. His three brothers were swept up in a massive wave of arrests at the end of 2002, and they have not been heard from since.
В первых арестах я узнал по телефону от мамы. Мама позвонила и сказала: «Сынок, ты где?» Я сказал: «Я в Швеции». Говорит, пришли домой люди с органов, наверное, говорит, хотели видеть Араза и Амана. На их процессе ни одного адвоката я не знаю, не было.
In dozens of these cases, these people simply disappeared into the prison system. After their arrest or after their trial, they were simply not heard from again. Their families had no official word about their fate, about their health, about their whereabouts, or even if they were dead or alive.
Мне нужно было узнать местонахождение, где находится мой муж, потому что в соответствии со всеми законами, международными нормами родственники извещаются о местонахождении осужденного.
After Niyazov died in 2006, there was a slight opening. The government under the new president, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov, has increasing ties with the West, and that's because Turkmenistan is sitting on the 7th largest gas reserve in the world. There's been a revolving door of businessmen, diplomats, politicians in and out of Turkmenistan. But in the bigger picture, nothing has changed. The people who disappeared during Niyazov's era remain disappeared. There's been more than 12 years of silence and oppression, and here the government has a chance to turn that around and to take the first steps. And the first step is to prove they are alive.
Okay, so that was from Human Rights Watch. You get the idea. The president that's there now, it's the son. These people have built incredibly lavish. They've spent billions of dollars, and the city center is almost empty. I wish I could show you the video I watched. The city center is almost empty. Gold statues. There's a mausoleum that's just gigantic. There are opulent mosques. The country is mainly Muslim, 10% Christian, but the people themselves with this oil and gas rich country absolutely do not benefit. It is a poverty stricken, very hard life. It's in the desert. It is really, really sad to see how these authoritarian despots, these people that our president in the United States holds to high esteem, thinks are great, wonderful. This country is so repressed. You're allowed to have I think it's what was it? You're allowed to have one dog, one cat, and that's not even in the city. Not even in the city. And every car in the city, the main city, has to be white. They do not allow any other colorful cars in that city. They don't. I'm not kidding you. All white. And I mean, it is just insane. It's insane. Here's a good question. How do you think the elites will maintain control after they run out? You think we're going to be here to see that? I mean, think about it. You think we're going to be here? I don't know. I mean, I didn't want to be a doomer today. But when you look at this, the climate forcing by greenhouse gases doesn't look good. Look at all of them. I mean, come on, we things are problematic all over. But I just really had to show you that so this country is like 7, maybe it's up to 9 billion, no, million. I mean, million, 9 million already. It's not a big country, but we can move over and we can check out a little bit about the country. It's a totalitarian dictatorship. But let's look at some of the pictures here. So this is the big, this is a big mosque there. This is where Turkmenistan is. Is it big enough for you to see this? All right. This is where it is. It's Iran, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. All the stands are around it. But it is a extremely repressive country. Very, repressive. And we're going to look at the Darvaza gas crater in a minute. But here's the monument. Let's see here. Here's the monument of neutrality. Here's some pictures of what's going on in their city. And these are just, look at the gold. Everything is opulent and insane, in my opinion. It's crazy. See, all the cars are white. They have to be white. And you don't see a lot of people there. Not a lot of people. Not really. But all these are just wow. Wow. It is really, really incredible. But that's just the city. That's just the city. If you look at everything out of it, let's see we'll talk about the monument of neutrality in Ashgabat. It is an architectural symbol of modern Turkmenistan, but unfortunately, the only part of Turkmenistan that's modern is the capital city. You go out and you see, okay, you have to go to the horse farms because the Turkmenistan, they have amazing horses, and the family, the royal family, or whatever you want to call them, the dictatorship despot family, they love the horses, and that's a big industry for them. But the monument to neutrality, because they say there that they are a neutral country, everybody loves them, and they have no wars or no fights with anybody. And right now, they are really trying to become a player in the world. And actually, since the war started in between Russia and Ukraine, and Russian gas has sanctions on it in many places in the world, European nations and other nations now are welcoming this despot into their countries because they want to do business. They want the natural gas. They want it. And if you look at the country, you look out there, there are gas pipes throughout the whole country. And the poorest of people, but they got gas. And they don't, those that have cars, gasoline is like almost free. That's true. So there's a history of the Monument of Neutrality. It was the Arc of Neutrality, started when gaining an international status of permanent neutrality by Turkmenistan in 95. So they're just saying, okay, because they're not with the Soviet, when the Soviets fell. And they have their civil rights is the worst. They're not free at all. They are so repressive that there's no political rights. There's no civil liberties, everything. There's nothing. Elections, if they have them, are tightly controlled, and it ensures nearly unanimous victories for the president and his supporters. Now, this is from 2023, but really, I don't even have to go into all of that because it's pretty bad. And what are you saying, Susan? It's not as garish as the Oval Office. I want to throw up every day. Oh, it's pretty bad if you look inside. I'm going to put a couple of links to it, but it's quite incredible. So Grist had an article about the mind-boggling methane emissions from this country. And again, this is in 2023. But in 2 years, I am not Kim, you saw an off-white car. Yeah, silver, maybe. But it was the leaks alone from Turkmenistan's two main fossil fields caused global heating in 2022 more than the entire carbon emissions of the United Kingdom. Satellite data revealed now this is 2023. Okay, the data produced by Kairos for The Guardian found that Western fossil fuel field in Turkmenistan on the Caspian coast, which is beautiful, but the people are so poor, leaked 2.6 million tons of methane in 22. The eastern field emitted 1.8 million tons. Together, the two fields released emissions equivalent to 366 million tons of carbon dioxide. Pretty bad. And they've surged alarmingly since 2007. And this acceleration may be the biggest threat to keeping below 1.5, which, as we know, we've already hit it. And thank you to Turkmenistan for not giving too much of a shit, really. So flaring is used to burn the unwanted gas, putting CO2 in the atmosphere. And methane is responsible for almost half of the short-lived climate warming and has absolutely not been managed up to now. Okay, so there's another one, and this one I'm going to go on to show you that this is the picture. It's incredible. This was from June 2025, And this is in the heart of the Karakum Desert lies the Darvaza gas crater, often referred to as the door to hell. I have one more video that I can show you that I think explains it really well from Wyon, which is a really, I think, a decent, a very, a very decent outlet. So why don't we watch this video and then we will talk about this and talk with you. But I had to bring something up because my mind never stops thinking of topics and researching and whatever, just from here because I never leave.
Welcome to our podcast,
Here we go.
where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore the story of the Darvaza gas crater, the fiery gateway to hell that's been burning since the 1970s and is now partially contained. Sometime in the 1970s, Russian scientists ignited an underground pocket of natural gas in Turkmenistan. It burned on ever since, becoming known as Gateway to Hell or Door to Hell, and becoming a tourist attraction in the reclusive Central Asian nation. The government said that the fire in the Darvaza gas crater has been partially contained. The fire that burned for half a century in the Karakum Desert since 1971 and has been emitting methane gas in large quantities ever since is now reduced threefold, according to a government official. Whereas before a huge glow from the blaze was visible from several kilometers away, hence the name Gateway to Hell, today only a faint source of combustion remains. AFP news agency quoted Irina Luryeva, a director at state-owned energy company Turkmengas, as saying, "As methane emissions add to the climate crisis, several wells were drilled around the crater to capture methane. Turkmenistan, home to the world's fourth-largest gas reserves, is also its biggest emitter of methane through gas leaks, though the government denies this claim. The Darvaza gas crater is one of a few natural gas reserves that continue to burn after being ignited, the other famous one being Baba Gurgur in Iraq. In official parlance, it is called the Shining of Karakum. The floor of the crater is lit by hundreds of natural gas fires. The crater is 260 kilometers from the Turkmen capital of Ashgabat, located in the village of Darvaza in the middle of the Karakum Desert. The crater, having a diameter of 60-70 meters and a depth of about 30 meters, emits a foul smell. Its history is mired in dispute and controversy, with some claiming that it collapsed in the 1960s. Some accounts claim that the gas fire was a result of an accident in 1971, when Soviet engineers drilled the site which then collapsed. They ignited the crater to prevent the emission of poisonous gases. In spite of the bad odor, the crater remains a tourist attraction, particularly famed for the night trips to see the fire burn in all its glory. Since being declared as a natural reserve in 2013, thousands of tourists have flocked to the area. George Kourounis, who entered the bottom of the crater to collect soil samples in the first such effort, called it a coliseum of fire. Just everywhere you look, it's thousands of these small fires. The sound was like that of a jet engine, this roaring, high-pressure, gas-burning sound. And there was no smoke. It burns very cleanly, so there's nothing to obscure your view. You can just see every little lick of flame, he told National Geographic Channel, which sponsored the feat. The crater was also the spot where President Berdimuhamedow famously appeared in order to dispel speculations about his death. Captured on state TV, he did donut stunts in the area. For decades, the Turkmen government has been trying to contain the fire. In 2022, President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow announced plans to extinguish the crater as it was causing health issues for locals and causing environmental damage. The drilling of wells around the capture has been happening for years, with the aim to capture methane. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If
All right. Well, what can I say? What can I say? I mean, you can't go, I guess you can't do anything without AI. And that was why on. And when I first looked at it, I really was in a hurry because I pulled this together this morning. So I'll squeak through this. We won't go, what I want to find, because this was from 2025, is going down to, oh, and the one video I did watch, these people go there, they go as a tourist attraction, and they stay in yurts, and they pretty much roll out these pieces of material, very scanty little beds, and they sleep there, and it stinks. And there's so much methane that they use it to grill. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But they said that it was finally starting to burn out after all these years. The reduction is nearly threefold, said the director of Turkmenistan's state-owned energy company, Turkmengaz, at the conference. But it's not easy to believe everything you hear from this country, being there so repressive, and they want to have a good face to the world. They want the yes, of course. They were Nadia. I know that. There was all these countries were part of the Soviet Union. But I don't know. Really? Because they want a good face to the world. That's why their capital is so lavish. That's why everything is to be looking perfect and uniform. They even had a bicycling tournament or bicycling race, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't much of a race. Everybody had same color green pants and white tops. Everyone. And it was all men. It was all men. There are, as appears, no scientific studies that spiders live. I don't know where that came from. But researchers from similar sites around the world suggest spiders can and do survive in high-temperature, gas-rich environments like Darvaza. So that's pretty interesting about the spiders mainly living there, because that shows you that not everything is going to perish from these kind of fumes. But we would have to look at that. It's very interesting. The effects of temperature on spider prey hunting, web building, sexual signaling, and habitat selection are well documented. That's pretty cool, and that's from 2010. So it is interesting. I like that. And that's something I think more, yeah, let me see. This is interesting. Yeah, why in itself attribute? Sure. Well, in the 1970s. Yep, in the 1970s. Some say that several spider species spin their webs perilously close to the crater's edge, where ground temperatures can soar above 50 C. These accounts suggest that the crater's steady light may act like a giant insect trap, luring flying prey at night and providing an unlikely feast for these heat-tolerant hunters. Most of the spiders are nocturnal, say the reports, hiding during the day under rocks or burrows. At night, they come out to hunt. Others stalk their prey directly, using their speed and agility to overcome the challenges of the harsh terrain. So it's not all bad for spiders. Did they fling themselves in? One particularly attention-grabbing story associated with the Darvaza gas craters is that they throw themselves into its fiery depths. But much like moths to a flame, the spiders are too attracted to the light, so much so that they are lured perilously close, just like the leader, to the rim, at which point they simply drop straight in. And a lot of travel blogs have reported this behavior, yet there are no peer-reviewed studies to see if it happens. So it's pretty wild. It's a really pretty wild thing. And I had forgotten all about this until yesterday. Look at the light. I don't think I can make it bigger, but that's really good, and these will be in the show notes. So I really liked the story. You know, of course, it's it's uh, it's just more craziness by uh, an authoritative dictatorship, really, an authoritative dictatorship that is insane. I mean, they treat their people so badly. They make so much money on gas and oil and exports, and even more now than ever. And the people have not benefited much. They're in this video that I had watched. First of all, you're not allowed to film. And you can't go in the country without a guide. So you really can't be without an actual guide to take you around the city. And when you're in the main part of the city, they show you everything they want, all of their propaganda, all of their garish gold, and all the opulence. Then they went out of the city. And that's where you saw, but they had to film. These people were French. It was a French film crew. They had to go as tourists. They couldn't even let anybody know they were journalists. They filmed, or else they get their cameras taken away, but they filmed on the sly. And they showed us a store, a little shop where you go in, and this is where people shop. Everything in the store was expired. They had filmed in late 2024. Everything in this little store was expired in 2022. It's not a country of that's friendly to its actual people who do the work. No. And they live in poverty. They really do. It's very sad. I think it's sad. So that's what I got for you today on that. But I thought it was fascinating to bring it up because, well, we have a guy in the United States that really likes dictators, and I am sure that he probably has. I didn't have time to look up whether he has brought in anything, any Turkmenistan people or any of that right now. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Like I said, I did this at the last minute because I just found it fascinating, and I thought, well, maybe it would be a little bit different than just shoot the shit. So we could do that now. We can do some shooting the shit. It was. That's what I thought. I thought you guys would like it. Oh, oh, that is hysterical. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, yeah, they're going to have it. They're going to have it out in the desert, right by the gates of hell. Got coffee tongue. I'll drink to that. I'm going to drink to that. That's pretty wild. So anyway, we got to flush something too. Let's think of what we can flush. Come on, guys. What can we have as the environmental coffee house? Yeah. This regime is a nightmare. It is. And there are people that have left. There are dissidents, and they've left. And a lot of people fled to Turkey. And Turkey, I have to pronounce it, Turkey. And a lot of people have fled. And they had, in this French documentary, they had one gal who lives in Turkey. And she's been in Turkey 12 years. She's always fearing for her life, but they absolutely do protest. And there are other people. It's just so sad that people live like that. And unfortunately, this is what the administration in the United States values. Uniformity, whiteness, even though Turkmenistan is Muslim, now in the United States, our orange turd kook in chief wants to send everybody. It's insane. I don't know how this is going to happen. Just deport every naturalized citizen from what he calls the shithole countries? What about his wife, who came here on an Einstein visa, which we absolutely know is a bunch of shit? Yeah, absolutely. Not recently. Why should I pull it up? Oh, please. Oh, gosh. You know what? I don't want to. Okay. Flush. Alice Weidel, Bjorn Hoke, and Martin Sellner. I'll flush them for you. Let's flush them for, and we're going to do a couple of flushes. Let me go. Here we go. Bye! Nadia says, flush you down, flush you down. Okay. Flush the snow. I'm not flushing the snow. I like the snow. Okay. Do you want me to change the background? I can change the background. Wait, I've got another snowy background. We're getting even more snow today. I don't want to flush the snow. We really need the snowpack here. I mean, we had a drought 3 months long this year, which made my gardening very difficult. Although I will say, maybe I will show you this. I mean, everybody that's my friend on Facebook knows what I have to find it, but I don't know if I can find it. Everybody that's my Facebook friend or whatever, you see my pictures, but I had, okay, here, I'll show you what I still have stuff from the garden. And yesterday, I still have, they're gorgeous. Purple cabbage. And I still have 2 left, which I'm going to make soup with, but I made coleslaw. And these are my carrots and my cabbage, and it's just so good. I mean, but it was see, they're so small. And the reason why they're so small is because we had a drought, and I planted a little late this year. My carrots, they were not beautiful. They're not those carrots you buy in the store, the misshape, but they taste great. So what the hell? So there you go. But it was a tough summer. So we really need this snowpack to fill up the waterways. I very much was conscious of water this year. I wasn't showering as much. I didn't flush. I have a well, and I didn't use my irrigation all the time from the other well, which is an old pump well. I use the rainwater catchment from the big thing I have on the side of the house that, then you just fill up 2 5-gallon buckets and you wheel them down to the garden, and then you take the watering can and fill it up, and you go to each root. I mean, it's time consuming. You go to each root. Something had to keep me in shape, which I am absolutely not, from 3 surgeries this year, sicknesses. I mean, it was a tough year, and I won't be sad to see 2025 go. Don't know what to expect in 2026. Guy McPherson says we'll be gone. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I can grow carrots all winter with hay. Yep, my friend Debbie around here, who is a master gardener, she does a lot of that kind of gardening. I don't want to go outside or worry about anything, but that's okay. Because Debbie, she gives me all the interesting things. So let me tell you, those purple cabbages yesterday, my hands were purple. I'm thinking, here's a natural lip color. Maybe I don't have to use this shit. Maybe I could make my own lip stain. But actually, for me, wearing lipstick is because I'm dry from Sjogren's, which I did that video on illness and all that. So yeah, rain barrel talk. That's what I got. Well, it's a closed one, but cabbage is a climate solution. Everything that you grow is. Moss is a solution. Actually, some solutions. There's so many different things people are doing. Yeah. Well, okay. I will tell you, Elliot played a little thing. I don't know if it was on Facebook or if he put it on any of the older social medias, but it was Stuart Scott, who is no longer with us. And it was Stuart talking to Guy. and Stewart was saying he would make a bet that they would both be alive in 2026. And it was very ironic and very sad because Stewart passed away from cancer. And it was kind of weird. I don't know how Elliot Jacobson had found it, but it was weird. I don't know if I could find it to play it. I don't know. Maybe I can. It was actually pretty good. I don't know where he did it. Maybe I can find it. Let's see. I'm going to try to find it for you guys. Elliot, if I can type it in, Elliot Jacobson. All right, let's see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'm going to play it. But if I can't, I don't know if I have the right Elliot Jacobson. I don't even know where he posted it. I honestly don't remember. Forget it. I don't think this is going to work. But anyway, take my word for it. It was kind of insane to see that. Because that's, you want me to find it? All right, hang on. Let me see if maybe he put it on maybe he put it on Blue Sky. Hang on. Let's see if I can find Elliot. I should have, I didn't think, this is all the last minute. Professor Elliot Jacobson. Did he put it on? Oh, he did. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let me get back to the other screen. All right, hang on. I got it.
Okay, let's make the bet. Handshake bet. And we're going to back it up as $100 bets. Put some skin in the game, I mean, skin, money
And
is.
let's make it 2-to-1 odds too.
Oh man, so if I'm right, I get twice as much. Okay, so
Exactly.
And to be fair, well, let's state the bet first. The bet is that on January 1st, 2026, we're both going to be alive to see who is right.
Hang on. I want to do something here first. Before I play the rest of this, I got to get rid of this. I'm going to start it over. Let me get rid of those things. Let me start it over now so that I'm not in the way. Hang on. Okay, let's do it over.
Right, and who is.
Okay. Here we go. Let's do it better.
I'm going to bet you. Okay, let's make the bet. Handshake bet. And we're going to back it up as $100 bets. Put some skin in the game, I mean, skin, money
And
is.
let's make it 2-to-1 odds too.
Oh man, so if I'm right, I get twice as much. Okay, so
Exactly.
And to be fair, well, let's state the bet first. The bet is that on January 1st, 2026, we're both going to be alive to see who is right and who is wrong. And I'm going to say who is right and who is wrong because I'm going to be right. If we're both alive, okay.
If I'm alive and you're alive,
or even if anybody's alive, if YouTube is still working, if anybody, I'm going to make sure my kids know this, and they're going to hunt you down and collect $100. I'm betting you $100 that I'm going to that some of humanity will be alive in 2026. And if I'm not mistaken, your bet is that no, we're all going to be gone, right? January 1st, 2026. Okay. So in order to be fair, I'm going to send you $100 now.
Yes, exactly. I need the $100 in advance because that's the only way I can win.
Yeah. So I'm going to pay you $100 now. And in case you're right, then you before you die, we won't die knowing that there was this unfinished business. But if I'm right, then January 1st, 2026, you owe me $200.
Exactly.
Okay. Good bet. I'm going to bet you. Okay.
Okay. That was tough, actually. Now, I have nothing against anyone. Not Guy, I mean, I have nothing against anyone. R.I.P. Stewart, you were wonderful. Stewart was the last person that I really had any faith in any of the cops, because he used to go Scientists Warning TV. And listen, Guy McPherson has always said he hopes he's wrong. Well, we've got about 4 weeks to find out. But it is, no, it wasn't a different Elliot. Oh, you guys are talking. So anyway, Stuart Scott was an amazing guy. Antonio Reed had a relationship with him, a friendship with him. And they did some work together. It was tough. But like I said, Guy has said, he's always said, I hope I'm wrong. Well, we'll see. And unfortunately, Stewart got cancer, the scourge of the earth, from toxins. Yeah, very, very sad. Oh my gosh. All right. So who's with us? You made a slow cooker pot of kidney beans yesterday, then making chili for dinner last night. That sounds good. And my tomato plant has been inside all year, too hot or too cold outside. It's about 6 to 7 feet tall. That's good. I mean, I cannot put much inside. The only place I can put anything inside is on the shelving in my dining room, where I have the lighting, where I know that cats won't jump up, because I have to keep them cat proofed. But I start all my seeds inside even before I go to the greenhouse, because my greenhouse it needs some work. It does. It's a beautiful greenhouse, but it needs air work. It needs airflow. It needs something. People have said, well, you could get a system where one of the panels opens when it gets too hot. I have a fan, but it's a big industrial fan, and I have to plug it into the house. Of course, he's very missed. He passed away several years ago already. He's very missed. He was a really great guy. So I'm glad you guys are having a good chat and making probably win a lot of money. But you know what? He's a decent scientist for sure. And everybody has their thing. And I am not one to ever cast aspersions. I've interviewed Guy. I've interviewed everybody, I mean, it's just what it is, as what is it, as Sam Mitchell calls me, or the Madam Butterfly of the Doomosphere, or I want to be, I don't want to fight with anybody. I want to be like Turkmenistan. I want to be I want to be the Ark of Neutrality. I hope so. Well, isn't that nice? Thank you again. Stop. I mean, not stop. I like it. It's the end of the month. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to be unhonest that I don't need to have some finances. This channel's costing me more than I'm taking in. And I'm in the negatives and everything else. But I'm not alone. So, I could sit in here and bitch and whine. And I don't want to. I really don't want to. You're watching the snowflakes wink out. Well, I do have one more picture that I can share before we end and let everybody have a nice day. And that's outside behind my house. That's behind the house. And that's my greenhouse, but you can't really see it. There it is. There's the greenhouse. And that's the greenhouse, which I need to take one of the panels out. Or see at the tippy top, it needs to be cut out for a fan. And I want a solar fan that will run. Because I've had times when I had all my seeds in there one year. All my seeds. Everything was growing. And we got a heat wave and I wasn't home to plug in the big fan and open to have that done. I lost everything. I was devastated. My ex-husband built it with his brother. I don't know where the fuck their heads were. They put the door on the other side. They put the door opening towards the woods, and they never put something for irrigation. I guess he thought the big fan was going to be good enough, but it wasn't. So I'm very hesitant. I bring things out there when I know I'm, I can bring them in and out during the day. The trays. Yeah. Oh, isn't that nice? You guys are wonderful. Hi, Earthbag homies. This is really nice to have all of you with us. I'm really, really super happy. Drip hoses are really handy these days because of drought. Yeah, I have drip irrigation in my whole garden. It goes from an old manual pump that I have on one side of the property, and I put filtration and a timer, and then the hose, and then all the hoses go out in the 7 beds. I have 3 different irrigation hoses. It's not professional. It's not perfect. And I don't have it where I can turn off. That's the problem. Everything has different water requirements, and I don't have it set up like that where I could say, okay, I want to turn this one off because this one doesn't need as much water as that one. So I'm a half-ass gardener. I remember when I used to do the disabled, abled gardener, and then I was the Anthropocene gardener. Well, whatever. I garden, I grow what I want, so I can, we're happy you're here too. So happy you're here too. It was fun. Groot came out for Sam Mitchell's birthday party a few years ago at Bugs in a Jar Farm, and we all had such a blast. It was fun. Fun. A lot of people. Marty Knudsen. I mean, lots of people from all over the country came, and it was great. If you want to get away in the Finger Lakes, Bugs in a Jar Farm is just beautiful. Of course not. That's the big picture. We know what's happening all over the world. I'm going to have a guest pretty soon, Andrea from Singapore. And Andrea has a website. She's part of the Climate Crisis Club. Yesterday, she was telling us about, well, first of all, Singapore is extremely prepared for all of this. She's amazing. I love Andrea. She has a website. She has a YouTube channel. She is just amazing. And I hope, the only thing is I'll probably have to record it because of the time difference. We'll see, because I have to write to her. I have to bring her on to talk about that part of the world, the rains, the flooding, the insanity that's happening over there that in the United States, people just don't understand. Because so many Americans are so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but they are. And they don't know what's going on outside their own front door. I'm sorry. I really, really am. She's even more time zones than you are. Nadia's been my guest. I love you, Nadia. I think you're one of the most brilliant people I've ever run into. Nadia taught me a whole lot of stuff. I mean, this is what Nadia did. As preparation to be a guest, she sent me almost like a manual I printed out of material, which really, I knew these things, but it was amazing. Is the manual chat visible? Member chat? I have no idea. No, not in this software. It's all one chat. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Andrea does. I can interview at Nighttime Live. Okay, I've got to contact her because I really need to have her. And Kelly Green from Canada is going to be my next guest. And next week, I have to, let me see my calendar. I actually literally have to put everybody on my calendars. Kelly is going to be on with me. Geez, when is he going to be on with me? I know I set this up. It's coming up. And Kelly is from Canada, the fossil fuel center where he's got Danielle as prime minister. She's conservative and loves fossil fuels, Alberta. But he's got a YouTube And we're going to actually have a night at the movies with Kelly because a friend of his has the most amazing videos. And we're going to watch them and we're going to comment on them. They're old, they're different cops, old ones. I mean, just really, really incredible. So that's going to be an incredible show. I think you guys are all going to love it. No, it's a different Andrea. This is an Andrea from Singapore. Andrea Rovensky is one of my partners on Left Past 10 on Wednesdays. This is Andrea from Singapore, and she's just amazing, amazing, amazing. So, yeah, I'm glad you were all here. This is quite lovely. And I really do like this morning time. I really, really do. Yeah. she Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. So, I knew that. I did that for you, sweetheart. Hey, why don't we do another flush? I would like to flush dictatorships down the toilet, including the United States. You know, I was going to put the video up of the actual flushing video. Hey, what the hell? Let me see if I have it. Let's see. The Environmental Coffee House Flush of the Day video. Where is it? Toilet flush. Oh, I don't know where it is. Oh, you know, it might be on my... Let's see if it's on my thing here. Do I have the Flush of the Day video? I don't even know if this is going to work. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Flushing. I'm flushing dictatorships. Let's go one more time. All right. We flushed dictatorships. I actually used the Stream Deck, which I have not reset up in so long. My gosh. Flush Hegseth. Yeah, actually, he's a pretty good one to flush. Really, like, that's another whole goddamn clusterfuck in this country. War crimes. He's going to be convicted of war crimes. Goodbye, you asshole. You know, oh God, we always flush him. We flush him and Elon. Let me tell you, the two most popular flushes are Elon and Orange Turd. They really are. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to leave. Seems like you're having fun. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to go outside. I have to go outside today. I have to. I put this off because I felt like shit. But I've got to. I got to go out and put the stable in my gas sucking lawn tractor. I've got to. And it was so windy that both covers, even though it's under the carport, both covers blew off. So I've got to clean the snow off it. I've got gas. I got to put the stable in so I don't wreck it. You know, it's not like I can afford to buy another lawn tractor. And I only mow pathways here anyway because I've rewilded most of this place. And see, if you could see behind me, you'll see. You don't see how much snow it is because I let everything grow up so much, except for next to that picnic table. That's the beginning of the path that goes all the way to the back, to the creek, to the back property. And I have my trail cam back there because there's almost 6 acres here. And I wish I had known to be not stupid, because land is gold and I'm not in any position to buy land anymore. I never knew toilets sprayed anywhere near that much before that infrared footage in the Flush of the Day clip. I tell other people to close the lid. Absolutely. I've been closing my lids all my life. And I also have cats. And so everybody that comes here, Susan will tell you, Susan Fortier, who came here in August, thank you so much, and helped me with my clusterfuck of my surgery. to always close 7 cats. And the little black one that I should actually pull up a picture, the little black one named Esther, who is now at my daughter's, fell in. She was on the side and she literally fell in she fell in. And so this is Esther. And Esther now lives with my daughter, Dawn. And she's so cute. Look at her. But she fell right in the goddamn toilet. I mean, literally fell in the toilet. But I'm going to, let me see if I have any pictures of any of the stuff in the back that I could share with you to show you. I don't know. I have videos. I have all kinds of shit. I'm just looking for something outside that I could show you that might help you understand the kind of life I have. I mean, I think a lot of you that have followed me for years, you already know it's not an easy life. And I'm always hurting, and I'm always hurting myself. And I don't mean to do that. I really don't. I just don't. I don't mean to hurt myself. But it just fucking happens. It's not like I'm getting any younger. I'm not. Oh, I don't know who's seen this one. Maybe I'll show you this one. This is a guy I caught on my trail cam. Wait. I got to stop it. Hang on. I got to take myself off. Check this guy out. I found him on my trail cam. A bobcat. Look at that guy. Beautiful. But I've showed that one. I have to get back there. I want to get back there today. What a beautiful bobcat. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Majestic and just, I couldn't believe that he was back there. I've had so many beautiful animals this year. So many. But I didn't set all this up to show you. But honest to God, what a cat. What a cat. Holy shit. It was what a beautiful, beautiful cat. I just, yeah, I love it. I love it. You've never seen a bobcat in the wild. Well, it's in the wild, in my backyard, amongst a lot of other beautiful things I got this year. Raccoons and, well, let's see what else. I mean, well, I can find, if I can find. I mean, if you don't mind me sitting here blabbing about nothing, you're all having fun in the chat. I had that guy, and are you all having fun in the chat? I mean, are we in a hurry? I know that climate chat or whatever that show is. Oh, here's one. This is not my house, okay? I'm going to show you this one. This is my friend Alice's house right up the road. Right up the road. That's her husband's tree stand. That's the back of her place. Look at that. Look at those beautiful babies. It's about 5 miles from me. I've only had one bear actually that I caught on my Ring camera in the back. Or maybe it was the trail cam. I don't remember which camera. I've got cameras all over, but aren't they just beautiful? Look at those guys. Look at those guys. That was at Alice's house. It's like, Alice, just be careful, man. Just be careful. Hang on. I think I got to sneeze. I didn't. I have a wood stove, but I have an air purifier in there. So, Chanel. Oh, Channel Warhorse is here, not Chanel. Channel Warhorse. Hi, hon. Hi. Good to see you. Hey, listen. Let me see if I have any more. If y'all like the animals, trust me, I have a lot of trail cam ones. I just can't find them so easily because I didn't plan this, if I had planned it better, I suppose I would have had it all set up, but I didn't know if you wanted to see all this shit or not, Oh, there is one I can show you. Well, we'll do that show another time. The battery backup show. I'll show you what I have in my house for batteries. I can't seem to find I can't find what I'm looking for. And, oh, well, I have one here. Let me see. I have, I really wanted to show you the raccoons, not the kittens. Everybody saw the kittens. Everybody saw all the goddamn kittens. I just have a million pictures of all these amazing animals on my trail cam, but because I have a zillion pictures, oh, okay, here's the one. And I've put these all on, oops, continue. I've put these all on, is this guy coming out? Okay, hang on. Now this one is really cool. Hang on. Look at this guy. But I think look at that beautiful skunk. But I think this skunk got scared because the trail cam has light. And yeah, look. So got scared, but he didn't spray it. It didn't stink. When I went out there, I didn't smell that the skunk. But look at that tail. That gorgeous skunk, huh? Really beautiful skunk. Man, they're just beautiful. I mean, I'm so lucky, you know. I love where I live. I know I am blessed. And I know because I can grow shit like this. My ugly carrots, you know, don't think that I never thank my lucky stars that I found this place for as cheap as I did back when I did. And I was still working, you know. Those were the days, huh? The days of having, you know, this month I haven't left but twice a whole month. Anyway, half skunk, half honey badger. Maybe. It was beautiful, wasn't it? I could do a show like that all day, but I'm not going to do that. Hi, James. Hello. How are you? All right, let me see. I think I've thanked Foggy and Chaz for the super chats, which really do help. Trust me. How far am I from the Great Lakes? I am about 80-ish miles, 85 miles southeast. I am in an area called the Western New York Wilds, Allegheny County, and that's as much as I'm going to dox myself because everybody knows where I live. But people know not to come here to fuck with me, too. I am the crazy lady. They all think I'm a crazy cat lady. Like the neighbors. Nobody comes here. I think they're scared of me, except for my neighbor, Lori. But everybody else, I think they're scared of me. And that's okay. Let them be scared. I got a fucking huge sign, no trespassing, in front of my house. The more they're scared of you and the crazier they think you are, they don't fuck with you. Seriously. Wow, not far enough. From the Great Lakes? It's beautiful to go up there. I like going up there. My daughter lives in Buffalo. I like the Great Lakes. Man, I think it's a wonderful place to live. And according to Dr. Emily Shornig, it's a pretty decent place. Her map, yes, I do. I have all kinds of things. Oh, there's even more than that. The raccoons, and they're just wonderful. You're coming? Come on! Hey, listen, I have people visit me. Who's in the chat? There's people in this chat that have come here. So, you know, you have squirrels and foxes. Oh, I have videos of foxes. Hi, Scott. So good to see you here. It is. It's wonderful. Yeah, she's right. Let them think I am 100% crazy. That is so true. I don't mind. I've earned it. You know, and I'm really not crazy. I'm just a little hyper today because I drank a lot of coffee. I'm not crazy. Nope. I think I'm on the right side of history. Or the left right side. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I'll start playing that. I mean, I could stay on here all day, but I really can't because my back will start hurting and I'll have to leave. But I mean, does anybody want to see anything else? I think we're gonna pretty much, I think we'll pretty much end for the day. I wanted to just go over the, I wanted to go over Turkmenistan because it was so interesting, and the crater, and maybe they're trying to get it out. I don't trust them, you know. Yeah, I don't. Bella's been here. He set up the studio that I'm in right now. He has set that up, and there's been a lot of people that have come to visit. One, where are you? One, Rollins Switch. He's been here to visit. A lot of people have. Katie was here to visit. Yeah. What unbridled hell falls before me? It's all how you make your life. It's one day at a time. What unbridled hell falls before me? And it all depends on where you live. So if you're interested in what unbridled hell falls before you, check out American Resiliency Channel. Dr. Emily Schornig, and she will tell you because she's a scientist. Yeah, me too. Oh God. Yeah, 3 months. And when you lose your channel, you know, you start getting paranoid. Paranoia is not good. Paranoia, I won't even tell you the paranoia that happened to me here and what I was acting like in my own house for protection, sitting here thinking that maybe somebody was going to come here because somebody was, I don't know. You know, this is a crazy world. We fucking live in a nut bag for a president. He's calling for our senators to be executed. Fuck. It's just crazy. It's really, really crazy. I know, and I tried to help him figure out how to do it. I was blessed because I had someone that went to Google. If I didn't have that person who went to Google and put in the appeal for me in person, I don't know if it would have been kicked upstairs. I don't know. I got very lucky. And I'm still careful, but just maybe not as careful as I should be. Oh, you're going to be my guest too. Absolutely. Robert is one of the most prolific people on the planet, and we have to tape probably unless we do a Sunday morning and he comes on with me, because Robert, oh my God, you guys are going to love some of the people I'm going to bring on this winter. And maybe I'll even try to keep up as much as I can. You know, I vacillate between saying I'm going to quit. I'm not doing this anymore. And it has nothing to do with you that follow me. It has to do with pain or money or time, whatever it is that I'm bitching at about this week for myself. I have bear spray, baby. Oh, honey, I am a protected bitch here. My friends that know me know that. I target shoot in the backyard. I mean, it's just one of those things where you live where I live, you do what the natives do, right? That old, horrible saying. Yeah, there you go. No, I'm not. It's just when I get overwhelmed or, listen, I was really messed up physically. And when you are in chronic pain, all my bones were killing me. They were killing me. I went back on the medicine. I think it's starting to work. I'm eating an anti-inflammatory diet. Now I just got to lose all that. I have to stop. I suffer from largesse. It's called largesse, and it ain't good for your back. Trust me. All right, guys. I love it too. Yeah, Alex is your brother. Woohoo! Yeah, I'll do it all winter. If I could keep up with it in the summer and I just say, okay, Sundays, I just have to stay out of the garden. Susan, you know, she knows how I am. She knows that I am dedicated. No matter how much I hurt, I'm out there. Work in that goddamn garden. Although I do have a young man that I pay to help me. And that's another thing. I got to pay people to be my lifters. I can't lift. I can bring in firewood. I can't lift, you know. And it's very hard. But hey. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. I mean, I I do have things to do, but you know, I love you all. Soul Life and Saddle Tramp and Nephrist. I'm so happy to see you here. You are, yeah. A lot of us do. That's why I made the chronic pain spoonie video. You know, I make videos based on what I'm feeling at the time. I don't follow the YouTube format. I don't follow like that one guy that criticized my channel. Fuck you. I do what I want. I want my thumbnails to look a certain way. I don't care. It's quality of who follows me over quantity. And then the more people, the more you get trolls. And don't forget, Left Past 10 in this space. This space TV, I'm on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern on this channel, and I'm on this space TV, which I want you to know I'm not putting Left Past 10 on here anymore on Wednesdays on Environmental Coffee House. I want you to all get used to going over. If you want to see me, Matt, Jake, and Andrea, you can see us over on this space TV. I was going to say Left Space TV. This space TV. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 24-hour, well, it's what, 18-hour programming. It's all the time. It's great. If you like it, if that's your cup of coffee, I have many different kinds of cup of coffees that I like to do. So there you go. All right. Wonderful. Everybody, like the goddamn thing. Wait, let me see. Where's my like? Where's my stupid? Here it is. Like and subscribe. Get your friends to like and subscribe. And by all means, go ahead and send me money. Become a member. Do all that stuff so I can goddamn pay the at least afford the channel, which isn't happening. And oh, I've told you, my brother has me on a budget. My younger brother, it's a tough one. I had to tell him everything. And that's hard when I'm this age and my brother has me on a budget. That means I'm out of here. Peace. I love you guys. Woohoo! See you Tuesday night. Thank you, moderators. I will.